energy. It is not there for us to exploit. No. The nature is a living organic energy which is verily part of our existence, which plays a major role in our existence. Humanity is going to wake up to this truth. So the vegetarianism will become lifestyle. The deforestation will stop. Multiple side effects are going to happen. Like when this global warming has caught the attention of the human beings, how many major decisions were taken and how humanity started looking at everything in a matured way. This pandemic, last 30 months have given 30 years maturity, and next few months is going to give next 30 years maturity. One more generation maturity. Human beings are going to have just in next few months. Understand? The other day I was reading an article. Somebody was trying to justify, even during the plague in India, we had 10 to 20% of the population dying, but we stood back. Yes, I am not saying we are not going to stand back. We are not going to revive ourselves. No, I am not saying that. Be very clear. When 10 to 20% of the population was wiped out during the plague and those pandemics, there was no cell phone, there was no live streaming. It was not impacting the living human being's consciousness that strongly. See, even the message you receive, the news you receive will be verbal, very less photographs. So the people who survived, the impact of others' death on the minds of the people who survived was not too much. But now, due to cell phone communication, the internet, mass media, everything available, you guys are underestimating the impact of even few deaths going to happen on the people who are alive. See, I am neither supporting media lying by hiding the number of common man's death, nor I am supporting media going gaga and wild and overacting and overreacting some of the VIP deaths due to corona. Both extreme I am not supporting, but both extremes are weakening the human beings, and both extreme, see, hiding the deaths of the common mass and too much of limelight for some celebrities dying in corona. Both are not letting human beings to take the right decision. We need the truth, facts for human beings to take the right decision about life. Neither we should break the confidence of the people on the civilization, nor they should have the false arrogance and roam around without protecting themselves from the corona. Please understand, when the large common mass deaths are hidden from others, see, common man's deaths, large number, but it is covered, hidden from the humanity. The human beings don't understand the necessity to protect themselves from corona, and they start moving around unprotected. They are not taking corona seriously. That's one side. The other side, too much importance is given to these VIP deaths due to corona, that makes human being lose confidence on the society, human civilization. That is also not going to work, because that gives a kind of arrogant decision. What can be done? Even those VIPs are dying. How the people start thinking, oh, even those VIPs are dying, nothing can be done anyhow. This is the way it is going to be, so let me live as long as I can. That is the way that drunkards standing in queue just for 1 quarter and getting corona and dying. Oh God, I'm telling you, this alcohol shop corona deaths are the most pathetic. Now, I'm not talking about just one nation, one state. I'm telling about the whole world. Alcohol shop corona deaths. That's the most pathetic. Kind of a delusional arrogance. Enters into human beings. Neither this extreme is right, nor that extreme is right. Neither hiding the mass common man's deaths are right, nor giving too much of limelight to the celebrity deaths due to corona is right. Both are wrong. People need to be given the fact, not only fact, they need to be educated rightly, and especially provided the ambience and security. All the decision makers all over the world, on behalf of Kailasa, I request all of you, please provide food, basic medical care, shelter to all human beings under your care. Multi-layer quarantine till this corona is completely eliminated from planet Earth, till that spreading cycle, that chain is broken. Give people security about their future, confidence about their life. This is the first priority for all the decision makers all over the world I sincerely request all of you humbly to make this as your first priority. And I am not the kind of a person who will just put the responsibility on others and keep quiet. No. I am a kind of a person, I will do first whatever I can, then what I am doing, the same thing I will request others to do. That is the reason I have opened all the ashrams, temples, properties, Kailasas to provide multi-layer quarantine, protection from corona, corona delta plus, providing food and very authentic Hindu medical care. I tell you, it is very unfortunate. The Hindu medical systems are taken for granted, destroyed, abused, disrespected. Very systematic way by the anti-Hindu elements. But the Hindu medicinal system surely has everything needed to save humanity from corona and all the variants of corona. Whether protecting yourself, prevention level, or after getting corona, curing, healing, recovering, and after fully recovered, the post-recovery health maintenance and fully getting back to your health and back to your original form, the pre-corona health level in every level. The Hindu medicinal system, when I say Hindu medicinal system, I mean Siddha, Ayurveda, and all the subsects, branches of Siddha and Ayurveda. Hindu medicinal system as a solution for corona, I know. Whatever way I can help, I'll continue to help. I won't waste my time in blaming or putting the responsibility on others. I will do whatever I can and request others also to be part and serve. Whatever way you can serve, especially decision makers. people who are under your care, people who entrusted you to make decision for them, the rulers, decision makers, administrators of humanity all over the world. Please focus on keeping human beings alive, healthy through this whole deluge, the pralaya, pandemic. Let the focus be on keeping people alive, happy, healthy. Let that be the first priority. Let that be the first priority. I have brought the signs of enlightenment. Especially for the humanity during this pandemic, this pralaya time, this huge, the deluge, the pralaya time. Next few months, I'm going to focus on making as many of you enlightened. So this instruction is for all the Kailasas, means all the ashrams, temples, our adinams, and all my sincere disciples, followers, who literally live the lifestyle of Kailasa wherever you are. All of you listen. Next few days, start taking these 3 herbs in your food. Karisalanganni, Ponnanganni, Thuduvalai. I will repeat. I will even put the English word in the social media as the gist of the satsang. I do not know the English word now, so now I will tell in the Tamil. Ponnanganni, Karisalanganni, Thuduvalai. All the ashram should grow these 3 herbs. If you are not able to grow, at least buy. Add this in your food. You can even cook and eat, or make juice and drink. In any form, add at least little quantity of all these three every day. Every day, add all these three. Please listen. These three herbs strengthen your body and mind. It helps you to receive the enlightenment, manifest powers. These are the powerful aushadas. Actually, I'll tell you one incident. Somebody came to my guru, Raghupati Yogi, asking for a solution for his personal problem. He was going through some problem in his house. He wants a solution. Then my guru told him, bring Tuduvalai leaf, 10 leaves tomorrow. I was sitting next to my guru when he gave this solution. I thought maybe when the Tuduvalai comes, he is going to energize him and make him eat or whatever. I just waited. Next day, that person came with that 10 Tuduvalai leaf. My guru took that Tuduvalai leaf in his hand and asked me to eat. I didn't understand why he's asking me to eat. I ate. And he asked me to sit. And he told that person, the devotee who came for solution, to touch my feet and do Pada Puja to me. Take my blessings. And that person just obeyed my guru and did. My guru told me, you just sit straight. And he told me that be in that Brahma Dhyana, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Sit straight. I sat. That devotee did the Pada Puja and whatever he was supposed to do. Then my guru told me, bless this person. As my guru told me, ordered, from that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I blessed him. He went away. Maybe in 10-15 days, he came back saying that the whole problem is solved completely. I asked my guru, what exactly happened? Tell me. Raghupati Yogi told me, hey, you are Paramashiva. When time comes, you will realize, whether you realize or not. Whether you realize that now or not, you are Paramashiva. When time comes, you will realize that is different. When I gave the Tuduvalai and you ate and sat, your Paramashivatva intensely started manifesting in your body. So that is the time I asked him to worship you, do Pada Puja to you. So directly he receives Paramashiva's energy and powers. He got the blessing and he went away. And I tell you, for quite a long time, when I used to sit for Pada Puja in my mouth, for quite a long time, only after I started traveling outside India, when we were not able to get that herb, and by the time it was also not required, I stopped using. Tuduvalai is that powerful herb. When you use Tuduvalai every day, simply you manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Karisalanganni, Ponnanganni, Thuduvalai. All this heals your body and makes you manifest the powers. Especially all of you who want to manifest powers, whenever I give Shakti Pada and Shakti Nipada, if you want to receive my initiation and manifest the powers, please start adding these 3 herbs in your food regularly. Actually, these 3 are very powerful herbs, even to bring health in you. How much quantity to use? You can just Google any Ayurvedic or Siddha website. They'll tell you. Maybe 10 leaf maximum per day. 10 leaf of Karisalanganni, 10 leaf of Ponnanganni, 10 leaf of Thuduvalai. You can take it in the morning or noon or in the evening. You can make tea. You can make kashayam or any ways. And or you can take it as part of your food also. All the sannyasis, brahmacharis, Gurukul Balasans should take these 3 herbs every day. All the ashrams should start growing these 3 herbs every day. So that you are all ready to receive and get enlightened. This whole science which I am bringing now, just your integrity is enough. Wherever you are, your integrity is enough. You can connect and manifest enlightenment, enjoy the best things of superconsciousness, powers of Paramashiva. All the adinams, ashrams, if you start growing in the ashram, especially where I used to walk, in that very land that Aushadha can be programmed through the energy. I brought enough energy from Kailasa. I'll program them for all of you to manifest enlightenment and powers of Paramashiva. And I also wanted to tell all the Adinavasis of all ashrams, if you grow this 3 herb, and give freely to other devotees all over the world who can't grow on their own in their house, you will get all the punya, good karma and blessings. With that punya, you will manifest more powers. All the sannyasis of Kailasa, actually it is your responsibility to provide all the spiritual support without charging. So this is my order to all my sannyasis, the whole sovereign order of Kailasa, all my sannyasis, brahmacharis, grihasthas who are staying inside my ashrams and campuses. You should grow all these 3 herbs. Karisalanganni, Tuduvalai, Punnanganni. And not only you can consume, you can enjoy it, you should distribute to anyone who has free of charge. Free of cost, you should give. Maybe you can let people pay the transport. Shipping expense they can pay. But the herbs themselves should be given freely, especially grown in our campuses where I lived, where I used to walk around, where that breathing space is there still intensely. Tiruvannamalai Ashram, Adi Kailash, Bididi, Salem Adinam, Rajapalayam. These are the ashrams. Hyderabad, where I physically, literally lived, walked around, energized that whole land, energy fields. All the ashrams I mentioned, all those Adinavasis should grow these herbs. You should use and share with the world. This is your responsibility. Devotees all over the world are donating money, funding us. So we should be doing this kind of spiritual support and services to everyone. It's our responsibility. And it is too easy to grow. It's not difficult, very easy to grow, especially in India. We have so much land. I used to go and stay in Rajapalayam. Rajapalayam, we have a 40-acre land, beautiful agriculture land inside a forest. I used to purposely go and stay there. People used to ask, why Swamiji going and staying in that forest? I said, hey, I'm energizing this whole area. You guys don't know, in future, so many Siddha, Aushadhi herbs are going to grow here, which will be useful for the whole world, which will be useful for the people to manifest powers. So all those people who are in our ashram, it's my order, take this as Guruvak, grow these 3 herbs, you also enjoy and share it with the world, free of charge. All the Aushadha cannot be sold. Paramashiva is very clear. Education, medical care, food, these 3 has to be absolutely free of charge in Hindu tradition. When you are giving education, you can accept Guru Dakshina, which is voluntary. Sometimes people offer, it can be accepted. but the transaction or the bargain cannot exist as a compulsory prerequisite for knowledge transmission. Same way the Aushadha. Aushadha has to be absolutely free. Share it with the world. I also wanted to tell you all, I am working on a very sound economical system for Kailasa, where I can start providing all this free of charge for the anybody, the practicing Hindus who wants, whether you are born as a Hindu or not born as Hindu is not a problem. Practicing Hindu. If you are a practicing Hindu and you want, we will be able to provide. We will be able to provide. I am building that kind of a sound economy. The real economy of the future is conscious-centric, not money-centric. It is conscious-centric. Usefulness to the world, usefulness to the human beings, usefulness for the human consciousness to get enlightened. This few hundred acres which I already energized, did the prana pratishta and left. See, in Hindu tradition, the herbal garden, Siddhavana, Siddha Aranya, has to have Vastu Santi, Mooligai Saba Nivarti, Mooligai Prana Pratishtai. All these rituals have to be done to the land and to the whole energy field. Fortunately, in those days itself, by the grace of Paramashiva, all the land which was donated to our Sangha in India and many other countries, I have done this, creating an energy field through Vastu Dosha Nivarti, Mooligai Saba Nivarti, Mooligai Prana Pratishtai, all the traditional, the spiritually energizing process, especially Biddi Adi Kailash, Tiruvannamalai, we have multiple lands. In all the lands, I did it. And Salamadinam and Rajapalayam, we have multiple pieces of lands. In all the lands, I did it. And Erode, ஈரோடு திருச்செங்கோடு ஆதீனம். So all the sovereign order of Kailasa, brahmacharis, grihasthas, sannyasis, naishtika brahmacharis of the Kailasa, please grow these herbs in all this sacred land, which is 1,000 times more powerful than anywhere grown outside. Because this will be powerfully spiritually programmed. And this which we grow inside our energy fields will be powerfully spiritually programmed one, and it retains its spiritual energy and directly becomes part of the human bioenergy and makes the person manifest Paramashivatva. So all our Adinam should take the responsibility, at least growing and sending it to our devotees who are very sincere in power manifestation, who want to really get enlightened. At least for those sincere people, you should be supporting it and giving it. I'll continue with further satsangs and initiations to transmit this sacred enlightenment science and power manifestation science, which I brought from Kailasa with all of you. We can also do one more. All the adinams, we can grow these plants and make even seeds from these plants and send that to people all over the world so they can grow. That seed will have the same power, same spiritual energy and spiritual programming. So that service also is great service. So first few things I want to reveal, I shared with you all. I have many more things to reveal. I'll reveal in further satsangs. For now, this. So essence of what I wanted to convey. Be alive, protect yourself from corona, corona delta plus, and all other multicolor fungus, black fungus, yellow fungus, green fungus, so many other variants and other brothers, sister, cousins of this corona. Protect yourself from all of this. by double layer quarantining and use this time to experience unclutching and nirvikalpa samadhi. Don't waste your time. Keep yourself healthy, physically, mentally. Spend more and more time in nirvikalpa samadhi, unclutching, completion, ajapa, intense spiritual practice. Don't waste this time. This is a time to get enlightened. It's a time to get matured and reinvent yourself and manifest powers of Paramashiva. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramadvaita, Paramadvaitam, the Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva, Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्री कैलांत श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षि सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिव पुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्य तुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गि साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महामुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।
परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers. After that most auspicious, gracious presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who had revealed such profound truths about the science of Aushadha, the powerful powers of his presence on planet Earth, and how that is now going to be simply helping the world have super conscious breakthrough. After 27 years of passionate, driven, and determined hard work to bring superconscious breakthrough to the whole world, today 1 billion people across the world are enjoying and are enriched by the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully, eloquently allowed us to be in his presence as he gave the great divine revelations on the science of Aushadha. Aushadha being one of the greater sciences of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And like this, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has even personally made the Aushadhas, energized, and even taught the energization process. And that same Aushadha has been shipped, delivered, distributed across the world to thousands of places, helping, enabling people to manifest Shaktis all over the world. And with more than 2,500 Satsangh centers across the world, places where people gather, where hundreds and thousands of people are enriched and continuously living this Hindu lifestyle. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is forging a new world where enlightenment is a lifestyle and inherent in every single part of your day, and you're living in a world which is increasingly, rapidly, literally being destroyed, and we are seeing it in front of our eyes. And in this day and age, it is enlightenment and the sacred sciences of enlightenment that each and every one of us needs to understand, needs to imbibe in our lives, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had beautifully revealed to each and every one of us. What we thought was irrelevant in our lives, perhaps just 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, the spiritual truths, the books that we picked up, the discourse that we came across on YouTube just casually, everything now is extremely relevant. And it's just the last lifeline we are holding on to during this cosmic deluge. And as so much is going on in the world, we're holding on to that time. It is at this time that we, each and every one of us, should see the importance, the necessity, significance of ensuring that we have the integrity to the Hindu lifestyle, the enlightenment lifestyle, and integrity to the sciences, the great knowledge and the truths from Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which Paramashiva has revealed 60,000 years ago, and which he himself decided to incarnate on planet Earth once again and revive on planet Earth to help each and every one of us sail through this pralaya. Unfortunately, there are too many extreme terrorist forces out there who plot, conspire, and criminally strategize to destroy the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and literally take over all of the resources, all of the people, violate, rape, and absolutely dehumanize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and all of the community around, all of his disciples and the community who live in Kailasas across the world. And they plot and conspire to absolutely destroy the entire thing. And for the last 10 years, us Kailasians across the world know and we have seen, experienced, and some of us have been victim to the extreme brutal persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the ASMT community, the Adi Shaivite minority community, which he is reviving. Now, over the last few days, I'm sure many of you have heard that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this persecution which has been literally following him for the last decade. We have seen finally that our voice is heard by the UN and the ONHCR. And I hope that each and every one of the viewers has had the opportunity, has been able to view how Kailasa is featured on the ONHCR website, the UN website, and the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the rights of indigenous women and the denial of the rights of indigenous women is presented to the whole world through the platform, the powerful platform of the United Nations. This is a extremely amazing, and it's an extremely amazing breakthrough for all of us Kailasians, and of course for Kailasa, to have, after 10 years of continuously being barbated by persecution, and across the world, in US, in India, in Canada, in Malaysia, we've been continuously under attack. And not only that, as disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and disciples who love and see our Guru as God, our caretaker of all of our worries, and who has literally helped us empower ourselves, taken care of our basic necessities and our spiritual necessities, everything needed for us to live a higher lifestyle and to enrich and encourage our ambition for a higher lifestyle and a higher experience of human life. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally taken care of everything. And for us to see so much he has gone through, being arrested for 53 days in 2010, being blackmailed, having undergone third-degree torture, and then just within a few months, by seeing at least more than 120 cases attacked and filed, false cases which are filed against him, and 14,000 hours of media hatred. It has been so painful, devastating to see how someone who has brought so much of good in our lives and reintroduced each and every one of us to the pureness and goodness of our consciousness, our soul, to go through so much. And it cannot be underestimated, it cannot be overtold, exaggerated, the amount of persecution, assassination attempts that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through. So it's just an amazing breakthrough that fills us with immense gratitude that we have finally found a voice, a platform, and especially through the United Nations, one of the largest advocates for human rights. And of course, for the last decade, we have been going door to door, judiciary to judiciary, government to government, media house to media house, just trying to have our voice heard. Today, over the last few days, since the time that the UN had recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the ASMT women in the ASMT community, we have been requesting all the viewers on this platform who regularly tune into this platform to listen to our story further and help us establish our story to the whole world, establish the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to the whole world, and help the whole world, all the international media channels, all of the international organizations who we have a common cause with, all Hindus all over the world, to understand the truth of our story, the truth of the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the stories of the personal trauma and stories of so many victims, children, women who underwent so much just for nothing, but because we want to be living the lifestyle of enlightenment and living under the guidance and teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Over the past few days, we have been requesting each and every one of the viewers to share this victory that we've had, this final platform that we now have on the ONSCR website, where our story is being heard and legitimized by a very well-established international peaceful organization, and help us start to bring more and more good to the world, to help us defeat the attacks against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and allow the mission of Kailasa, the tremendous good that can come to the world that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of Paramashiva, descended on planet Earth for. Today, we would like to present to all of the viewers an extremely important aspect of the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the ASNT women. On the 2nd of March 2010, the whole world came to know, and for the first time, it became revealed to the masses the amount of persecution, conspiracy going on against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and how the objectification of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the objectification of women of the ASMT community has been proliferated and used as a weapon to start inciting hatred against women of the ASMT community and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And ultimately, this hatred was incited to such an extent to cause mob lynchings, to ultimately justify the propaganda against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and justify the false cases against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and ultimately justify why they were out to destroy him and eliminate him and assassinate the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We'd like to begin, first of all, by explaining to all of the viewers how in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, original Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the practice and lifestyle of the Adi